What? Yeah.
Okay, so one of the errors I have was my breathing pattern because um, when I swim, I usually don't have a normal breathing pattern. Like I just breathe whenever I lose breath. But formally, you have to create a breathing pattern so that you don't run out of breath while swimming. So maybe like 3 kicks and then breathe. And I think that'll be a better technique.
The backstroke requires the swimmer to lie on their back, head facing up towards the sky. In the stroke, the body should always be in a streamlined position. For this stroke, the flutter kick will be used, which is the same kick used in the freestyle. When performing the kick, keep your ankles relaxed and bend your knees a little bit when doing the kick to decrease resistance. When performing the arm movement for this stroke, you have to first keep your arm straight when it is out of the water. When your hand enters the water, it should be pinky first with your fingers closed and palms facing away from you. When your hand touches the water, bend your elbows and pull yourself with that force. When you push, twist your hand so that your thumb faces the surface of the water, bringing the hand out, and repeat the cycle over again. A common mistake of the backstroke is that the swimmer's lower half of their body starts sinking when they swim. To fix this, swimmers can try practicing swimming in streamline so that they can get used to the body position. Kick using the flutter kick and have your arms out in streamline and make sure your hands are under the water. This way your body is balanced and won't tilt.
There are 4 key elements of a breaststroke that you will have to keep in mind or remember when swimming this stroke, as it is quite tricky. Those key elements are as simple as pull, breathe, kick, and glide. You want to pull your elbows into the sides of your body, then bring your hands together in front of your chest, just like so. Then bend your knees, bring your feet towards your bottom to kick. Your kick should look something like this. You kind of want to make a circular motion with your feet until it meets your leg again. And while doing that, you also want to lift your head, neck, and upper chest out of the water to breathe. Then you want to glide, but keep in mind that you do not want to go over 2 seconds because it can slow you down.
So a common error for breaststroke is people kicking twice and then breathing. The breathing pattern is supposed to be 1 kick per breath.
And lastly, just like many other strokes, your body should be in a streamlined position.
When swimming the butterfly stroke, there are 5 key points you need to begin with. First, floating horizontally on your chest. Then having your head in line with your torso and your face turned downwards. Third, your arms must be extended forward and shoulder width apart, while your palms are facing downwards. Fourth, your legs must be extended together and knees should be slightly bent. And lastly, your feet should be pointed. If you break down butterfly into 2 parts, it's basically the kick and the stroke. The kick is called the dolphin kick, where both legs are kicking at the same time while the arms are stretched out with one hand on top of the other. Next, the stroke is where both arms will push down and then lift up, and then go back into the position where one hand is on top of the other. For the arm actions in butterfly, you can separate them into 8 different phases: the entry, the extension forward, the outsweep, the catch, the insweep, the upsweep, the release, and the recovery. Between the release and the recovery is where you breathe. During the entry, your arms should be stretched over your head and maybe a little bit bent or flexed at the elbows. Both your palms should be facing down. Next is the extension forward, where your arms will stretch forward in a short amount of time. Next is the outsweep, where your arms will move outwards, downwards, and backwards, and your palms will be facing those directions. Your elbows should remain bent for the rest of the underwater arm sweep, and during the outsweep, your elbows should be high and close to the surface of the water. Next is the catch, where you are essentially pushing the water backwards with your hands. After the catch comes the insweep, and during the insweep, your hands should move inwards, backwards, and upwards, from outside the shoulders to below your chest. Your palms should face in all those directions while your elbows will be bent. After that comes the upsweep, where your hands move from below your chest towards your hips. Next is the release, where your arms will leave the water, in this order: first shoulders, then elbows, then forearms, and then hands, with the pinky first and palms facing inwards. Lastly, there is the recovery, where you will use the momentum from the release to go back to your original position, and you will glide from there and continue the cycle. The first kick will occur at the arm entry, and the second will occur at the arm exit. Some common errors during butterfly are first, head positioning, where people think that they should be looking forward. Actually, you should be looking downwards throughout the whole time you're doing this, unless you're breathing. Another mistake is swimming completely flat, where you should actually be rolling your body as you kick and as you use your stroke. Relating to the body movements, another mistake is kicking too big. You should be exaggerating your body roll, but it should not be caused by kicking too big. You should make your kicks as small as you can. Another mistake is breathing too late. You should be breathing right after your arms exit the water.